This
Supply chain,
conference will now be recorded.
basic supply chain knowledge. Okay, so let's go ahead. So to introduce myself, I'm Ravi here. I have over 16 years of experience now, and I'm an PMP project management professional from a PMA Institute, US. So I'm an SAP SD, MM, CRM, and PP consultant. And as a manager, like I have handled multiple modules, business intelligence, BODS, different other spokes of SAP, and also other ERPs like Oracle apps, like Siebel AI, so UAN, so the Microsoft Analytics. So I worked in various other areas also, along with SAP's uh, implementation, supports, upgrades, and all the versions of from ECC to S4HANA. So my approach of training would be overall making you understand how most of this SD, MMPP, and also FI. CRM is again an advanced and upper level module of SD. So they work hand in hand. But I predominantly will see that you will be working as an SAP logistics consultant. So remember, so people whoever get into SAP, they will be working on these kind of things. So the company's expectation. So whichever implementation you're going to join in IT companies. So if you can see this, logistics, you have sales and distribution. So and you have logistics MM. So where you have from purchasing to inventory to LIV to MRP to middle master. So whereas if you can see this, there are some commonalities in it. So you have middle master here in MM and you have middle master in SD also. So that's where it will show in the products. So here also it is completely middle master. So maybe the folders will look different. Here we talk about pricing condition here and pricing and all this stuff, and in MM also we have. And MM is a vendor management cycle and vendor related ERP, and this is mostly customer related. So as you know, the first thing what sometime in any business will start with sales and ends with finance. Okay, and finance will start from. So if you can see this here, you have purchasing here. Under the purchasing, you have master data, and under the master data, you will here have conditions. There will be lot of commonalities you are going to find. So you have material info record here, and that is in SD they call it as customer material info record. So commonalities are same. People who work in one module can work in other module also. But yes, if you talk about the by demand cycle, so this is how the MM, you can see this, the first module which will work with something, because remember, without having customer in your business, without having the order cycle, without having the total order requirements, stock requirements, MM cannot do anything. So SD is the first module in the supply chain where the orders are understood. The sales order volume in the month of January 2023 will tell the production team to get ready. The sales will tell the MM team to get ready because this is the stock you have to handle. These are the areas you have more orders. So be prepared with your trucks, be prepared with your loading equipment, be prepared with your manpower, be prepared with all the raw materials required, because MM's job is to supply on time and SD's job is to bring demand to the company, because the more demand, more supply you do and more manufacturing you do. Still you are not able to manufacture, give it to third parties. These third parties will help you out. So the pre-sales, the sales, the shipping, the billing, there are various things like which, from the pre-sales to sales to shipping to billing, you need to understand how the MM is going to start, how the production planning is going to start. So you can see this customer payment, you have financial accounting. Under the billing, you have the account receivable, and under the goods issue, you have metal stock account. And remember, SD module, MM module, PP module, and this red part is FI module. So in SAP, you work with one module, but all modules will have their own integration. So that's where you need to understand how the total businesses are integrated within them. So I will show you something called SCM. So remember, the entire ERP has been developed on the basis of this. So I will show you there are two flows. So generally, what happens here, SD has four submodules: pre-sales, sales, shipping, billing. Customer request will come into picture, sales order, shipping, billing, then FI, and this logistics is MM, then PP, then FI. You can see this red color. Green is going from SD to MM and then PP to accounting. So this is how the interrelation happens. So you need to understand. So I will also show you how the MM flow will be there. So I'm giving a heads up, though you want to do MM or SD, like doesn't matter. So because I have two different batches for that. So enterprise, well established organization. These are the manpower, material, machine, money, methodology. So five M's: planning, your HR, your MM, your engineering, your finance, your planning. So enterprise, resource, planning. So SAP being a primary ERP, so you need to understand that all these things are well established, integrated ERPs, but SAP is having 85% market share as on date. Rest all ERPs, so no, Siebel is not there, Barn is not there, JD Edwards is not there, PeopleSoft is not there. SAP and Oracle are two major contenders, but Oracle is having hardly 8% market. Okay, so here, when if you want to understand, this is how the MM goes. Like order to cash is pre-sale, sale, shipping, and billing. Here, purchasing, then inventory management. In between, there will be something called MRP, invoice verification. That means it starts with how to request the purchase to the vendor, source, vendor selection. That means, because source means there'll be hundreds of sources, but select the vendor based on the quality, based on the price, based on the delivery capability of the vendor. We do the vendor selection. Then goes to the PO processing. So PO monitoring, then goods receipt, invoice verification, payment, processing. So that means there will be many business processes which we are going to handle from 1 to the 8th step. So still the payment, see in SD or MM, the final thing is payment processing. In MM, we pay the money to the vendor. In SD, we receive the money from the customer. That is only the difference, right? So here we talk about lot of vendor master record, purchase info record, whereas in SD it is customer master record, in MM it is vendor master. In MM it is purchase info record, in SD it is customer info record. Source list will not be there in SD. Pricing condition is same. Quota arrangement is completely different there. So there will not be any quota arrangement. There will be a customer arrangement. So like this, taxes will be there. Sales tax. Here it is vendor related, customs taxes and all this stuff. Excise. So one is buying related, other one is selling related. So when it comes to the SCM, so I will just try to give you a proper understanding of why this entire supply chain is knowledge is important, because I prefer on the business knowledge first. Okay, so any company so which want to, suppose this is a restaurant and beverage company, so what they do is, so you can see this here in this diagram, mm is important involved, hd is involved, fi is also involved. How? Because this credit flow is designed by fi team, and the schedule information is designed by MMT, and the sales is handled by SDT, right? The customers here, the final phase is always from distributor till this place is SD, but supplying is by MM, and payments are by the FI. Externally, it is shown here. It is, so remember, if I have more orders in here, then more raw material is collected from the farm, from the field, more sugarcane, more molasses can be have to be collected. So that will go to the hops and grains. So that will, suppose let us assume the beer sales will come down in winter season in certain areas, and summer in other regions. So you need to understand how the autumn summer related, spring related businesses happen in each region. That's what these modules are coming into picture. These can manufacturing people are very important. These people are suppliers. So what MM does, will buy the cans from the market. What does, will buy the stock raw material from the market. What SD does, it will, after the brewery is happened, it will bring the supply to the distributor. So SD will do the final job. That is the reason SD and FI become premier modules in our cycle, and the entire business process will be different in both the cases. So let us assume, so I'll just show you the SD flow now, how it happens. Yes, if you have any questions in between, you can ask me so that I can answer them into in the, because remember, all these things will come under easy access is one part, and second one is SPRO. This is easy access, and I'll teach you on the entire pro configurations.
Okay.
SPRO,
Okay. SPRO.
yeah, SPRO,
Okay. SPRO.
IMG. So we will go into the customization end to end. So that is how the businesses are handled, and we will be understanding from enterprise structure level and see how. And remember, you don't need to work on every transaction code available here. So I'll be giving you the list of transaction codes, but don't by heart the transaction code. Always learn SAP with a strong business knowledge. Then you can drive the entire business or entire module very easily. So that's where you need to understand from the enterprise structure level till the SD and MM level, so sales and distribution, you need to understand how the total businesses are handled. So end to end, so once you understand the strong point of the business like sales and distribution, then or MM, so as I said, sales and distribution revolves around the pre-sale, sales, shipping, billing. MM revolves around the purchasing, inventory, invoice verification, MRP. So MM is more integrated with PP, SD is more integrated with MM. So suppose, but let me also tell you the statistics according to my past 12 years of training experience and 16 years of SAP experience. The market wise, the most frequent job crawlers will be SD and FI. Always. PP, MMWM, PM, these modules are not having that volume in the market. So when it comes to the when you try the jobs, so you will have, because some of my MM guys are, and I have some of the students who one friend is MM and one friend is SD. The SD guy is getting break faster than MM guys, only because the volume available in the market, number of SD positions are very high. So that's where market wise, yeah, MM is also quite good. There is no doubt about it. In SAP, any module you can make career, but uh, generally my suggestion would be, if you are new to SAP, the first module to learn always is SD. Because see, I come from a mechanical engineering background, and we know a lot about our subjects are more into like strength of materials and drawings, graphics, fluid mechanics. I thought I'm more into mechanical, and I know more about materials. But the whole mechanics of materials and all we used to study. But the thing is, there is no relation between what we study there and what is this material management. Remember, people who have strong stores knowledge, strong inventory related information, and bit of how manufacturing happens according to the MRP, then for them it is easy to understand. And if you think that, okay, I'm quite new and I have knowledge in CRM, I come from a normal graduate background or something, easiest module to, because customer means everyone knows, right? So, so see, basically on e-commerce you book a lot of stock. You know that you are tracking the business. You are understanding the total material process there. You are understanding picking date, packing date, when is the delivery date. So that means here it does, we do in volumes. So something like when a customer comes into picture, so we have something called products and service offerings, and that means according to the customer products are designed, according to the customer B2B business, B2C business is handled. And you can see this terms of business, defined terms of business. That means when the particular stock has to be bought, where it has to be stored, what is the payment cycle. These are all are called terms of business, utilities. So how the equipments are handled. So in SD, we handle outbound delivery. Outbound means from my factory, after manufacturing, I deliver outbound to the customer. In MM, I receive the stock from my vendor. That is inbound, this is outbound. Book orders, sales orders, that means customer specific, or purchase orders, vendor specific. So, but purchase orders are created only on the basis of sales volume. Otherwise, purchase order will come down. So, deliver goods, that's what I said, as delivering goods to the customer or receiving goods from the vendor. Then bill the customer or pay the money, pay the invoice and get the money from the customer or pay the money to the vendor. So two things, but this is predominantly I'm talking about the uh, basic SD flow. And so as we go ahead, we'll understand how the SD, FI, MM, PP is integrated through enterprise structure. So you be anyone. So we will learn about sales organization. We'll learn bit of purchase organization. We'll learn about plant. Plant is common for SD, MM, PP, PM, PS. For everyone, plant is common. And company code is created by FICO. So when I go to the business, I show you the screens. So you have various businesses which are from the ING level, from the enterprise structure level, and so enterprise structure, when I open it, I have definition, and I have all the modules: FI guy, CO guy, logistic general. General is bit of SD guy, bit of MM guy. Plant is created here. SD guy comes here. MM guy comes here. LE is by again SD person. Plant maintenance is a separate extension, and HRM is the HR. So how to assign them, how to define them, you have to be very strong in the on the business front, from the definition and also from the assignment point of view. So enterprise structure, definition, assignment. So remember how you are going to handle the customization is based, it depends on all your business knowledge. So when I say how the source of the uh, stock management is handled, where the businesses are understood, and how the entire fundamental mechanism works. So here you can see this. I always prefer people learning with business knowledge in the background. That means you don't call yourself an MM consultant, SD consultant, or FE consultant. You should have the overall knowledge, and in one module you should be strong. That means you can see this. You have sales team, you have finance team, you have distribution team, and you have service team, and you have purchasing team also. That's this warehousing and supply is again the MM guys. Billing and collection is FI guys. This is SD, and this one is both SD and MM. So like this, you should understand one module, but have it. You should have knowledge overall in all these areas. So we will understand sales from stock means what. Consignment is so consignment is MM consignment. So whatever module you take, consignment is nothing but whenever suppose I am selling certain laptops. So what we do is we leave this around 5,000 laptops every month in a particular location, and that is consignment. I don't take the bill. After sales only I will take the money from the particular dealer. So I'll put a stock in my one special location. That stock belongs to Dell only. But after sales only you have to give me the money. So that's called consignment business. Right. The concept of consignment. Consignment is not a delivery consignment, it is a special concept. So we'll be learning them. We will see what is this manufacture to order. Means after the sales order is generated, then we start manufacturing. Some special, suppose you take elevators, you take lifts. So we don't make them ready, right? So after the size of the building, after the capacity of that particular resource, we will manufacture them. So then comes the inventory management. So inventory is more about the stock management. Sale from stock, then rejections, and returns. We should know how they work, because in MM we reject and send it to the vendor. In SD we have any damages take back from customer. One is a customer thinking, other one is a vendor thinking. So we will see how the opportunities and how the sales and availability check. So and how the master data works in different processes, from the material management, from the uh, CRM, even CRM point of view, some of the thinking has to be done here. So we will discuss about accounting and legal in the next class, and about factory and warehousing, how it works, what is sales and shipping. So the end-to-end businesses we are going to handle in this folder of easy access, and I'll be giving you this ideas access for a year along with the course for 12 months. So where you can, even after getting the job also, you can use it for your many of the sample executions. I'll be giving you the materials in the entire business. So that is another thing like which I can hand. So any questions from your end so that I can address Vishnu, Gautam?
Yeah, understood, sir. No doubt.
Yeah, no doubts.
Okay. So
Uh,
any other questions you can, because we are starting these classes from Monday. Okay. So evening and morning batches. So I will just send you those schedules so that you can enroll and take the system access by Saturday evening, so that from Monday you're good to go. I'll be sending you the materials and also the system access.
okay, sir.
Okay, Gautam. Gautam, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, sir?
Okay. So any other questions you can WhatsApp me so that I'll be happy to help you. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Right. Right.
how much
Yes.
goes fees kind of things?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, can you come again,
Yeah,
Vishnu?
core fees is or
I will
um,
send you in WhatsApp.
sure. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.